Welcome back to the Anti Man channel. We are back with another Man Blitz Beaters segment. In this play, we're going to be looking at the PA read out of the gun stack Y flex, the one on the bottom right over there. Make sure I got the right play. And we'll just go up against the mid blitz out of the nickel 245. So I'm just going to set up the blitz here. And so they've got 7 guys blitzing across the front, and we'll press the coverage too. So here's our play art right here. First thing we want to do is block the running back, and then there's a couple different options we can use when looking at this play. So we're going to need to first motion the tight end, and then we're going to max protect. Now the optional part comes in where if you want to put the like Jordy Nelson over there who's on that comeback, if you want to put him on a drag, you can as another option over the middle of the field, or you can leave him the way he is. Now the main reads on this play are going to be the left slot receiver and the left wide receiver over there. So we got Devontae Adams on the deep post route, and then we got Randall Cobb on the crossing route, the slot cross over the middle of the field. Both of those routes are going to torch man, and so all we need to do is have enough time to figure out which one of them gets open first. Now we do have in this scenario, the next thing to worry about would be this defender right here, the strong safety. We need to always have an eye on what's he doing too, because he's actually supposed to be manned up on the tight end, but because we're blocking the tight end, he is going to go off and do whatever he wants to do. So he's either going to green dog blitz, or he's going to drop back and play coverage in deep middle, or if we leave him on this comeback, he might try to defend the comeback. So he's just going to pick whoever he wants to, and so we need to make sure we don't throw the ball in the direction that that guy's going, because he's going to be an extra defender. So all we need to do here is drop back. We'll be looking for the cross. I see the cross isn't open. Right there was just slow. That was a slow read by me, because really that's all the time you really going to have against a really good man blitz. It's about 2 seconds. So that was a slow read by me, because I was looking at the outside. So the other thing about this play is the left wide receiver Devontae Adams. That sometimes just gets literally right behind the guy and gets deep, easily. So let's just try it like this. Yeah, see, there he is. There he just gets deep behind him. It only is about 2 seconds before he gets behind him, and he completely loses him on the coverage. So if your opponent tries to man blitz press, that's going to be problems for him, because you can just literally hit him deep up top. Now this play does have 2 options. It has I remember we're blocking the running back and then we max protect. It does have 2 options. Like if Randall Cobb gets open, like right there, he gets jammed. And see, the reason that this guy's getting so wide open is because for whatever reason, the guy guarding Devontae Adams decides to jam the left slot receiver. So he's over there trying to jam Randall Cobb, but he should be guarding his man. Like, you need to stop trying to, like, look what he does right here. So this outside guy, Hargraves, slides inside, and then he starts hand fighting with Cobb, like almost like they were going to switch, but then they don't switch, and then he's stuck. Look, actually he did start to guard Cobb right here, but then he's like, oh man, I forgot somebody back here. So then this guy's completely got like 6 yards of separation, and then there's no way he can recover. It's like literally a touchdown. So for whatever reason, this is what happens when your opponent tries to man blitz. So this is a pretty nasty play, because you're just going to get behind the coverage in about 2 seconds, because he's going to be too busy fighting with this guy. So let's see it again. Oh, that time he doesn't, but look what happens here. Randall Cobb gets wide open, and he's the one who gets nasty separation. So the first thing you want to do is kind of watch to see who gets jammed, who gets separation, and then second, you want to see what is that strong safety doing on this play. So let's say I want to put Nelson in. Maybe it's short yardage, you want to include Nelson. So block the running back and max protect. So the reason you got to block the running back and then max protect, because if you max protect, the play action will still happen. So you need to actually manually block the running back. Let's say we want to put Jordy Nelson over the middle. That gives us a third option, almost like a verticals play. Sometimes people run the trips TE or something like that, or they might even run bunch. It's almost like a verticals where you have a drag with 2 vertical routes. So we're just missing the 3rd vertical route. And so let's just say you wanted to hit Jordy Nelson. If you see him open, you can hit him, right? So if you see Jordy Nelson open, you can hit him too, not just the other 2. But The reason I don't really like that is because a lot of opponents, they will try to lurk the middle of the field. So you're just playing into their hands when you try to throw balls over the middle. You should pretty much stick to going deep middle, sidelines, flats. Just stay away from the middle of the field unless you've really got a play that has like a decoy over the middle, which will get them out of the way. But that's up to you what you want to do with Jordy Nelson. You can put him on a drag or you can leave him on a comeback. Either way, it is going to affect, like right there, that was just a slow read because I was too busy watching the strong safety. But you saw on the left, you would have seen that Davante Adams got completely free. And so we run this a couple more times. Max protect. Let me watch the left like I should be doing. See, he gets right behind him. And that was just me throwing it too early. So you got to make sure your timing is good on this. That was a terrible throw right there because I just threw it too early. Got a little bit excited and want to throw that quick. But make sure you get some reps with this play before you start running it in the game because it does take a little bit of fine tuning. Another thing I've noticed too is the protection is not the greatest, right? So even though we're blocking 7, they just start mauling. These dudes, they on the defensive line, doesn't matter what team, they just start mauling your dudes and they just start running over your offensive line. So if you got a poor offensive line, this play ain't going to give you a whole lot of time to block. It might give you 2.5 seconds. That's what you got. So you got to make your reads very quickly, which is why you need to be like aware of what you're going to throw. And I threw that one right there because I saw that the strong safety was going with the deep route. So you still can beat man as long as you've got a good wide receiver who's got some kind of like separation at the top of his route. Now Jordy Nelson is one of the top receivers in the league, so you can hit this comeback here against Brent Grimes because Jordy Nelson can separate. But there's some receivers in this game that can't separate, so that would not be a good throw. But you legit have several options. And right here, you see I had Jordy Nelson, but I also had Randall Cobb over the middle. Like right now, I could have thrown that to Randall Cobb separating. And I had Davante Adams, but you see the strong safety went back, so I didn't throw that. And then I just looked for this comeback right here. So it all depends on what you want to do and how fast you make the read. If you don't make the read fast enough, then you're going to have some problems with running this play. But if you can make that read very quick, it's going to be a good play that you can use against the man blitz. So here we're going to run it against the Dime 146 DB Sting. Show you what it does against that. And then I'll show you one play that kind of gave me some trouble when I was labbing it up just to see a little bit different. So here we're just going to press the coverage and let's see how we go with this one. So one thing about this play going up against this one is you're going to notice something significantly different about the other blitz that we just ran is where the free safety was down on the line of scrimmage and he was down there. We had 7 guys blocking. Like right now we have a cover 2 press look where this could be fire zone too deep. It could be, we don't know what it is. But if we know, let's say he came out in the blitz and then he comes out in the same formation like this, we then know what we need to prepare for. But if we take a look on the left over here, we can see that we've got the 2 defenders on the stack over the stack of Randall Cobb and Davante Adams, but we also have a free safety over the top. Anytime you see the free safety over the top, that's a really big clue that the slot defender is blitzing if it is a man blitz. So we know that because the free safety is over the top, that means because he needs help when he tries to blitz off the edge. So that means that Randall Cobb's route is going to get nastily open. So if we drop back, look, free safety has no chance. So be aware of what the coverage looks like at the snap because it makes a huge difference in where your read needs to be. Like right there, I don't even need to look at Davante Adams or Jordy Nelson because I can already tell that it's going to be a slot blitz most likely. So we come like this. We're going to max protect. We look left. And I just want to show you that you can get deep middle too. So it's not just the fact that Randall Cobb is open. You can also, if you have enough time, hit Davante Adams by himself. So either way, you've got 2 options here. Like I said, we've got Jordy Nelson as a third option if you want to drag him over the middle as another option. But again, I don't really like that, so I just tend to leave him on this comeback. I don't really like that because you get so locked in on Jordy Nelson that you might miss one of these other routes. So I just leave it there because the other thing too on that comeback is I want that strong safety who in this case happens to be, who is he? Tandy. I want that strong safety to bite on the comeback and help on the comeback, right? Because he's already on the right side of the field. If Jordy Nelson starts to break back on the comeback, that strong safety might feel like, oh, let me go guard that. And that then leaves the slot over the middle to Cobb, or I can get the deep route to Adams. So I look at this, and then right here, Randall Cobb is open. And so it's just a nasty open play, and he's open really quick. So it's about 1 second by the time he gets open. So it's not a lot of time for your opponent to, get back into coverage and cover the middle of the field. It's just not there. And if you really, really want to go for the deep route, you just need to kind of slide and step, and you can hit the deep route too. So either way, you've got one option, two option. Jordy Nelson would be your third option. But for me, I personally don't really like dragging him, but you can if you want to. Like if it's a short yardage situation, 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2, you can put that as an extra added thing. Just make sure that your opponent's not lurking over the middle. So that's going to do it for this edition of Man Blitz Beaters. If you like this video, give it a like, hit the subscribe button. Until next time, the Anti Madden is out. Peace.